What's up, you guys? It's Anna and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a walkthrough tutorial on how I achieved this look right here. This is one of the few looks that I've ever done more than once. Because the first time I did it, I got so many compliments, and now I really like it. I really like the way it makes my eyes look. It's a really good like going out look if you are the type of person that goes out and does things like that. But yeah, so if you want to know how I got this look and how you can achieve it on yourself, so if you want to know how I did this look and how you can achieve it on yourself, just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, let's get started. So today I'm going to start off with some brows. So I'm going to be using Colourpop brow gel just to set my brows in place. Now I'm going to go in with my Colourpop Brow Boss pencil. If I have any places where I have little bald spots or like missing hairs, I'm just going to fill all of that in so I have a nice even brow. And I'm just using small hair-like strokes, so I'm basically just drawing on little hairs as I go. Since we're doing a pretty dramatic eye look, I'm not going to go too crazy with the brows. I'm going to leave them pretty natural looking because you don't want to have too much going on all in one area or it's going to be just too much. Next thing, very important, we're going to go in with primer. You can use whatever eyeshadow primer that you like. I like to use one that also conceals my eyes a little bit. So I like the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. So I'm just going to pat that in with my finger. And then I also take a little bit and put it underneath. So normally I do not condone using tape to do your eye makeup because I feel like it's kind of cheating and also unnecessary and also bad for the skin under your eyes to be tugging at it with tape. However, for today's look, I'm going for a really sharp line. So I'm going to use a little bit of tape today. This is called Washi Tape. You can find it at like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any kind of craft store really, probably even Target maybe. I like to use this tape because it's not super sticky like the plastic like Scotch tape. I feel like it's just a little more gentle on the eye. It doesn't tug quite as much. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that tape. I'm going to basically line it up with my lash line on the bottom and then point it up kind of towards, like I'm going towards my brow. So I'm going to start it right there, right about there. And then you kind of just want to look in the mirror, see what kind of angle you got going on, and just kind of adjust it to your liking. I kind of want a little higher angle. There you go, just like that. That one's a little too high. That looks just about right to me. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my NYX Epic Ink Liner. You can use whatever liquid liner that works well for you. Basically what I'm going to be doing here is I'm just going to create a winged liner and I'm going to bring it out pretty far. But instead of kind of like a little zoop at the end, I want to make it a super just straight line right across my eye. So basically I'm starting at like the apex of my eye. So for me it's right pretty much in the center, but wherever the highest point of your eye is, that's where you want to start, and that's where you want to kind of connect that line. So I'm starting right there. And then I'm just going to extend that line all the way. And you want to make sure that it comes out pretty far. So I'm going to bring it all the way, basically to where my eyebrow ends. I'm going to bring it all the way to there. And so now I'm just going to do the rest of my eye, and for the inner part of my eye, I'm going to go really, really thin, basically as close as I can to my lash line. I went all the way in to where my eyelashes stop, but I didn't touch that inner corner. I want to leave that inner corner blank. Eyeliner is done on both sides, so now we're going to go in with our eyeshadow. So I am going to be using the Urban Decay Born to Run palette for pretty much this whole look. If you don't have this palette, that is a-okay, my friend. Just use whatever shades you have that are the closest. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with this color right here, with this color Punk, and then I'm just going to be using a pretty small brush like so. Basically, I'm just going to kind of draw this brown line right above where I did the black. So we're basically just kind of outlining the black. Again, you want to go kind of as straight as possible with it. So once you get into your inner eye right here, you're going to kind of thin it out. Again, just like you did with the liner, you're going to go a little bit thinner on the inside, and then once you go out here, you can make the line a little bit thicker. So now we're going to go in with Jet. This is just a matte black. I'm going to be using the same brush that I just used. Basically what I'm going to do now is use the black to blend in the black liner to this brown so that it doesn't have like a harsh line. I'm just going to blend that all together. Make sure that when you're doing this, you keep your brush angled like this. You don't want to be like this, because if you do this, you might bring that color up a little bit too much. So make sure you're holding your brush down here so that you don't bring that black up too high. So when I get to the inner part, I'm basically just going over the liner I already did and just kind of blending it out a little bit. Okay, so now what I want to do before I finish the wing is I'm going to go in with just a neutral color like this. This is Weekender, and I'm just going to use a fluffy brush and just apply that to the rest of my eye so it's a little more even. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with shade Riff. So I'm going to be taking the same brush that I've been using and the exact same thing, but now we're going to go on top of the brown and blend this in on top of the brown so that we have a nice gradient from black to this kind of light brown. So this is going to be our last shade, so make sure that you are blending it nicely and that you don't have a super harsh line at the top. Alright, so now it is time to take off our tape. Ta-da! So satisfying, oh my gosh. Ta-da! So now if you want to apply false lashes, you can. I don't like false lashes, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to put on some normal mascara. I'm going to be using my Scuba mascara from the Balm, which I have been loving lately, if you couldn't tell by me using it in every single video. And if you're gonna just be using mascara, then definitely do like 2 or 3 coats. So my camera battery died while I was doing my mascara, and I kind of got some mascara on my eye and fucked up my eyeshadow. Kind of had to fix it, so hopefully you can't tell. I think I did a good job of fixing it, but I can tell. Anyways, just putting that out there. But for mascara, you want to go pretty heavy on the top, and then on the bottom, I just completely left it alone. I didn't even put mascara on the bottom at all. But I did like 2 or 3 layers on the top. So that is pretty much it for the eyes. I'm gonna go in and highlight later, but I'm gonna do that at the end. So now we're gonna go in with the face. So I'm using my Pretty Fresh primer as always. I'm almost out of this stuff and I really want to try something else, but this primer is so good. It works so well, and I have such a hard time, for whatever reason, finding primers that work for me. And I love that one, but I do really want to try the Milk Hydro Grip just because I've heard so many good things about it. Let me know in the comments what primer I should try next. I might just get another one of these anyways, just because I love it so much. Anyways, so now I'm going to go in with foundation. Use whatever foundation works for you. I'm going to be using Revlon Conceal and why do I always say Revlon? Makeup Revolution. Conceal and Define foundation, and then I'm just going to buff that in with a brush. Alright, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. I'm not going to go directly on my face with it. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. Going to take a fluffy blending brush like this one, and I'm just going to go in a little bit at a time, starting with my under eyes. And I also like to put some right here around my nose, just because I tend to get some redness right there. So I bring it all the way down here. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender and just kind of smooth that out and get rid of any lines or anything that's left behind from the brush. So now I'm going to be using my NYX HD Translucent Studio powder. I don't know the name of it, but you get the idea. And I'm going to be using my nice little Morphe brush right here. And I'm going to get a little bit of that powder, and I'm going to just pat that, focusing mostly underneath my eyes and around the T-zone. You don't want to use too much powder. I know I have been guilty in the past of baking but I actually find that when I bake, my makeup ends up looking a lot creasier and it just doesn't last as long. Now I just go in with a little bit of powder out of time and just kind of dust it over the face pretty lightly. And this powder is really, really good. It's super, super finely milled, and you really don't need a lot at all, and it really just blurs out your face. We are almost done. I'm going to go in with a little bit of bronzer slash contour. I'm going to be using the Balm Cosmetics Take Home the Bronze in Thomas. I'm just gonna do like a pretty light contour. Nothing too crazy because I want the main attention for this look to be on the eyes. But this is a pretty like chiseled look, so I want to give myself a little bit of contour. Contour should go in the places on your face where shadow naturally is. Don't do contour the same way that you see everybody do it. Do it in a way that's going to actually flatter your particular face, because not everybody's face is shaped the same. So you're not going to contour the same way. I like to contour my jawline because I really don't have one. And then I am going to contour my nose just a tiny bit. I'm just going to use this cool angled fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go right down the side. Also, whenever I do my nose contour, I like to kind of blend it into my eye right here because I feel like it just naturally kind of has that contour shape. But like I was saying, nose contour is the same. It's going to depend on you and your nose shape. You don't want to necessarily contour the same way that I do it or anybody else does it, because your nose is a different shape than mine. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with some blush, and since I want most of the focus to be on the eyes, I'm gonna go with something pretty neutral on the cheeks. I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetics Nouveau, I don't know how you say that word, neutrals palette. I'm just gonna be using this kind of cool toned neutral pink. You really just want to use a tone that's pretty close to like the natural flush of your cheeks, if that makes sense to you. And I'm just gonna go kind of like here and up. Now, where you place your blush is going to depend on you and your face shape. And now I'm gonna go in with a highlighter. So I'm going to be using my Blushing in Bali palette, which I absolutely love. I use this so much, as you can see. And I'm going to be using this shade right here, which is Glisten. And I'm going to be using my little highlight brush, and I'm just gonna give it a little swirl and then tap off the excess. And then, just like always, I'm going to highlight in the areas where the light naturally hits me, but I'm actually gonna go a little heavier on the highlight today. I'm also gonna go like right here, right here, chin, and then with the tip of my finger, I'm gonna do my nose. I don't like to do my whole nose. I like to just do like the tip and then a little bridge right here. And then also you want to get the inner corners of your eyes. And your brow bone. And then I also like to do a little bit on top of the lip. And blend it out. So for the lips, again, we're not going to do anything crazy because we want the attention to be on the eyes. So I'm going to go for something very neutral. We're going to go in with the NYX Suede matte lip liner in Dainty Daze. This is tried and true, one of my favorite colors, because it's just very neutral. And I'm just gonna follow my natural lip shape. I'm really not gonna overline or anything. I'm just gonna do my normal lip shape. I like to always put a little bit of chapstick on before I put any kind of lip products on, especially if it is a matte product, because it can definitely dry your lips out a lot. You just want to put a little bit, because if you put too much, then your product isn't going to really stick onto your lips. So now that I have lined my lips, I'm going to use the Balm Cosmetics Meet Matte Hughes. This is in Reliable. I like to blend out the edges with my finger just because I feel like it gives it like a softer look. Oh my god, there's ghosts. Cool. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit of my Colourpop So Juicy lip gloss. This stuff is so good, by the way. It's like my favorite gloss ever. Is that it? I think we're done. And that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about these kind of videos and what kind of videos that you want to see from me. Also, if you're not already, go follow me on my Instagram. It's at Anna in the Clouds. I will leave a link for you in the description bar and also on the screen somewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!